remember when Reggie Jackson's car was stolen? Astros consultant, also Mr. October, but more known by many as an Astros consultant. His car was taken. And we found out yesterday it was part of a massive auto theft ring. 25 charges, 23 arrests, 2 people on the run. And I can't get enough of the guy running the show. Massimiliano, that's one name, Rodriguez, who has been arrested and is being held on a $1.5 million bond, is the ringleader. You're probably wondering about the bail. Oh, for a carjacking ring of 25 people, $1.5 million. Well, you got to give this man credit for commitment because he's been arrested 30 times in his adult life. And he's like 25. I'm impressed. He got caught 3 times in a month doing this last year, and I guess he was out on bond for all of these. So he started hiring people to steal these cars, and he would actually train them how to do it. And the people that he got to do it for him were homeless drug addicts. And he was giving them room and board. They just had to steal cars for him. It's a pretty sophisticated scheme. I mean, this is some Dom Toretto family stuff. The story about Max Rodriguez continues. He would give these homeless drug addicts a work phone, a work car, programming, a programming device, blank keys, and fake paper plates, and then give them specific vehicles to steal. Once the vehicle was stolen, Max would pay them upon delivery of the vehicle. But he wouldn't pay them directly. Again, this guy's got it all. This is smart. He would leave the money in a specific location and tell the workers where it was. So he had a drop system. Once the vehicles were stolen, Max Rodriguez had a sophisticated network of stash houses to hide the cars, and they were sold on apps like Facebook and OfferUp to unsuspecting buyers. He sold the vehicles with fictitious documents and altered vehicle identification numbers, thereby creating 2 separate victims for each vehicle stolen. I gotta say, this guy's impressive. This guy is impressive. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Paul, he's a criminal. Paul, he's not going about it the right way. But I see ingenuity. And I think that this guy would be a great addition to the Houston Astros front office. I feel like you add a guy like this is how you can replenish the farm system. This man is employing the homeless, using them to steal cars, to steal lots of cars. That's ingenuity. And it's not like the Astros are afraid of getting their hands dirty. Don't you want this guy working for Dana Brown? Because think about this. It's one thing to scout Latin America and find young baseball players who can someday be the next Jose Altuve. But imagine you're scouring the streets for people that can steal cars, and you're finding that talent. That's rare.
Isn't that basically what that guy from John Wick did, but with assassins?
Yeah.
They're homeless
Lawrence
people.
Fishburne's character?
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne's character in John Wick.
Yeah.
Whereas their homeless people are actually informants for assassins or assassins themselves. Except in this situation, the homeless people steal Mr. October's car.
They're a bunch of Dom Torettos. He has found the Dom Toretto in all of us.
More Ja Rule.
Yeah, that's true because they're easily replaceable, I imagine, in his mind. But this is a new level of family. And I think, personally, that this is a guy that belongs in a Houston sports front office, and specifically the Astros, because he's creative. And listen, he's going to jail. You don't have to pay him. You don't have to pay him. He can be a part of the Astros front office. You don't have to pay him a dime. He's going to do all this pro bono. And yeah, you know what? You run the risk of him stealing cars again because he's only been arrested 30 times in his adult life and he's 25. But that a lot of people make mistakes.
Yeah, and once you get put in the system, it's just, then they're always looking for you, We don't know how many of those are like his fault, so to speak.
We don't know. And he might have been doing this for his family. Is that why he got all these bail bonds? Probably. Is that why they set finally bail at $1.5 million? Maybe. Should they have perhaps done that a little bit earlier? I don't know. Maybe if you got arrested 29 times, you should not get bail. But that's just me. That's just a thought. You can't have unfair bail practices. You can't be racist as the police officers here either. But I'm just saying this guy's creative. He's got gumption. HRW 713 says entrepreneurial spirit. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. From the 281, that sounds like Gone in 60 Seconds. Nick Cage plays him in a movie. Oh, more money made off of this. The Astros can release their own movie about the time that they hired Max Maximiliano Rodriguez. They hired him off the streets. He was giving homeless people a job. Then he started giving young Latin American baseball players jobs because he could see talent. So why not? 713-780-3776. Should the Houston Astros get Max Rodriguez to work for them pro bono as a part of their front office? I see it. I have a vision. Is Dana Brown bold enough to do what's necessary to win on a budget? Think about this. Could Max Rodriguez, if he's teaching homeless people how to steal cars, could he teach homeless people how to scout?
Or how to play baseball? Cut out the middleman. He looks at these homeless people and he goes, that guy has long arms. He can be a pitcher.
If you can steal...
That guy's quick hands. He gets in and out of those Honda Civics really fast.
You're right, Sean. These guys must have really good hands.
And then, maybe try him at first base.
So you could do that 100%. Let's see what they do. But you could tell these homeless people, what's cheaper? Living in Latin America. And they can go there and they can scout and they're going to be making money. And now all of a sudden, these guys with newfound wealth in Latin America, they're going to be like, okay, now that I've been able to secure my future, now I can focus on scouting for the next Jose Altuve. And that's how the Astros build their farm system back up with an army of ex-car hijackers turned into scouts. And it's all thanks to Max Rodriguez.
It's like Cool Runnings.
We were just talking about the man who led an auto theft ring, 23 arrests, 25 charges. Max Rodriguez, a man who's been arrested 30 times in his adult life, is the man who put it all together. And how did he do it? By using homeless people to hijack people's cars.
It really, they say a sophisticated network. It really kind of is a sophisticated network.
It's very sophisticated. Jeff Luhnow came from an unconventional background to help the Houston Astros create this dynasty. You need different voices and different mindsets. And some people that are listening right now, they agree. Because we were saying, hey, why not scout the homeless for Astros prospects? There's a lot right around Minute Maid Park,
Boom, right there.
It's right down the road. You could even save money on gas.
I can just walk into the office.
Just walk in. Walk out. A text, if he can throw a crack pipe, he can throw a slider. But you wouldn't throw the crack pipe. You wouldn't throw it. So let's be reasonable here. Eric the driver says, we hire the ringleader to scout homeless people to train them to go down to Latin America and be regular baseball scouts. Yes, that was a suggestion as well. Another text. This also was brought up on the Twitch. Paul, one of his scouts might have assaulted your car on the way out.
I did have a thought. I was like, it's amazing that this guy stole so many cars in the city of Houston, and it never, you and him, with all your vehicle troubles, you and Maximiliano Rodriguez never crossed paths. That's crazy.
I'm thankful that's never happen because my car would never be seen again.
No, I mean sophisticated network.
And look, the Astros, who refused to pay my $250 deductible for the car that got assaulted in my parking lot because a credential that I received on the back of it, it says in Section 8 that if you die or, among other things, you can't sue. It basically says, like, anything that happens here, we're fine. Must be nice in life to just say, like, hey, if something bad happens, you can't sue. Don't do it. Like, oh, yeah, that really holds up, I'm sure. But anyway, to bring it back, because I'm not mad about that at all. I'm glad that at the very least, I just had to pay a $250 deductible instead of having the Dom Toretto of Houston, Max Rodriguez, steal it. But I do think that just like Dom Toretto went from being a street racing car hijacker to CIA operative, I think that this guy could be a member of the Houston Astros. You gotta think different. If you're on a budget, if you don't have an unlimited budget, you got to do things a little bit different. And I think this guy is forward thinking.
Dom Toretto, just to clarify, Dom Toretto never worked for the CIA. He was a private contractor contracted out.
Yes.
Because he could get his hands dirty in the way that the U.S. government would never get their hands dirty.
They would never do that. I'm a patriot, and I regret having.
So he did all the things. Him and his team did all the things, crossed all the borders that the U.S. government can't. Shout out to Dom Toretto.
Great point by a texter. Homeless are good at writing signs. Who says they can't steal them?
Whoa,
damn. That was really funny.
Yeah.
But also really intelligent once you get past the humor. Nugget
of truth.